Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am Luka from MiniWarGaming.com, joined by my guest, Adam, and we are doing a two-part narrative miniseries in defense of...
Duskvale.
Thank you, because I was going to call it Hollowvale. I kept forgetting the name of the city. This is a Death versus Cities of Sigmar two-part miniseries.
Cities of Nagash.
Cities of Nagash. And we are going to explain in further detail what that means. But let's jump right into the action with our first game of this series that will tie into the second one. In fact, this first game will decide what the second game even is.
We play and call it work. MiniWarGaming's Age of Sigmar Battle Report.
Taking a look at our Nighthaunt force here. Again, we're playing a small 1,000 point skirmish to set the pace for this two-part miniseries. I have two regiments. Both are just equipped with what I felt were appropriate model choices for a Hunters of the Accursed battle formation. Now, granted, Adam only has one character in his list, so mechanically not that strong. But it will be a narratively strong pick. Leading it, I have a Knight of Shrouds, who is our general. He is going to be cloaked in shadows as a trait, and he will be equipped with a Soulfire ring to give him some healing capabilities if everything lines up. His regiment will include a Lord Executioner and 2 units of Hex Rays. My second regiment simply has a second Knight of Shrouds with another unit of Hex Rays. That is it.
All right, my name is Adam. I'm here playing my Cities of Nagash army. We're bringing this in a Fortress City Defenders battle formation, which I always use that. It makes the most sense for a mixed group of humans, I think. Starting off, we're going to have a Free Guild Marshal and Relic Envoy, Jane Graveguard, with her skeletal companion there. She's going to have, for her enhancements, she's got a artifact of power called the Sacred Tome, which is going to make her a priest. She's very faithful to Nagash. She's a very strong Nagash leader, and she likes to... it'll be my first time using the priestly abilities, so hopefully I'll do well there. I've also got a heroic trait on her. She's got Master of Ballistics. She's going to direct the fire of the cannons and guns and stuff in this defensive position. Then we have 2 units of Steel Helms. They're going to hold the line against these terrible Nighthaunt. Then we have a reinforced unit of Fusiliers.
I like the coffin lids as their point of bracing.
Yeah, those are actually old, what are they called? The Vampire Count's shields that you used to be able to buy bespoke. Those are metal shields that GW used to produce for your skeletons and stuff.
I remember those. We have those on our abnormally large skeletons. They used to sell a skeleton kit that were just a good foot taller than the human kits they were selling. So you got to wonder where those skeletons came from.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, and polishing off the regiment is a Ironweld Great Cannon, which has 2 different firing modes. You'll see that in action, but you also see there's another skeleton just living his best life, helping load the cannon. All by itself as an auxiliary unit is a steam tank. It's a soul boiler. We're really not fond of the Nighthaunt because they've wronged Nagash in the past, so we use them as fuel for our steam tanks.
So not only does Nagash punish them by simply making them Nighthaunt, you further jump on that by then boiling them and using them as a fuel.
Yeah, and you'll notice there is a character in there, but this isn't a commander tank. It's just a steam tank.
In the realm of Shyish, there are many human colonies that worship and honor Nagash, and the humans of Duskvale are no different. They just do it in their own way. When they perish, their souls do not immediately go back to Nagash as a resource. Instead, they linger amongst their city, acting as spiritual guides, advisors, essentially keeping their knowledge and wisdom around for the city, whereas their unliving bodies keep a fragment of the soul still, such as skeletons and zombies, and they stick around as menial laborers. They help build, they help dig, they help construct, and they just kind of oversee areas, acting as guards and just eyes for those who run the city. Which means two things. The first one is they obviously do not pay the bone tithe that the other human settlements do. That angers the Bonereapers because that is theirs by right. At least that's their perception. The other one is that Nagash doesn't get the souls. Now, for Nagash, funny enough, it doesn't actually bother him that much because he's got bigger things to worry about, and he knows that Duskvale is truly loyal to him. So in the end, it's a small price to pay because he thinks they're unique, they're different. He likes that. To the other factions that serve Nagash, they perceive this as an affront to him, like a disrespect. They're thinking for Nagash. And sometimes this causes conflict for the city of Duskvale. In fact, it has many times in the past, and this story is one such conflict. Liege Cavalos Usuman has mustered an army of Bonereapers, as well as an auxiliary force of Nighthaunt to assault the city and essentially ask for forgiveness later. Welcome to Chits Creek! This is a very minor settlement surrounded by swamps on the outskirts of Duskvale's borders, though it is the path that the Liege Cavalos Usuman has decided to take to assault the city, and his armies will be marching through here. Usuman has sent a vanguard force of Nighthaunt to quickly eradicate any defenders before they can sabotage this town and deny entry for the Bonereaper army to quickly get to Duskvale. This is going to be a battle for the pass mission. There are 4 objectives in the town of Chits Creek. One on the left in the attacker's territory where I'll be deploying, one on the right in the defender's territory where the cities of Sigmar force will be deploying from Duskvale. And then there are 2 additional objectives bordering each territory, as you can see here. Whoever has the most amount of victory points after 5 turns in this game will be the winner, and you gain victory points as follows. You're going to get a victory point if you control an objective wholly in friendly territory. There's only one of those. 2 points per each objective on the borders of friendly territories. And then if you're able to wrestle control of the objective in your enemy's territory, that's worth 5. Of course, we'll be playing with battle tactics today for this smaller mission. 4 victory points if you complete your battle tactic that turn. The twist of the mission is victory points scored by each player does cap at 6. So you can only gain a total of 10 when you combine your battle tactic. The underdog bonus is adding 2 to your control score of friendly non-hero units. It just helps you control the battle for the pass elements a little bit more. This mission has strong narrative implications for what Adam and myself are trying to accomplish today. Now, the winner of this mission is going to dictate what mission we play next. It's either the defenders of Duskvale in Chits Creek buy enough time for the city to muster reinforcements from nearby, to gather a strong standing force to meet the Bonereapers in the field of battle, or the defenders will buckle quickly and not buy enough time, which means that Liege Cavalos Usuman and his forces will reach the city before they're at full strength and will result in a massive siege and invasion of the city. So I either have a big field battle or a large siege battle. I'm sure you guys want the siege battle, obviously, but that's only if the Nighthaunt win today. Otherwise, we're going to have a big open battle. About to deploy our forces, Nighthaunt's going to go over here, and the cities of Nagash, those of Duskvale, are going to go over there. Now, a word from our sponsor before we get to it, because this one is sponsored by Battle Systems. This is one of their box sets of trains. So thank you, Battle Systems, for sponsoring this 2-part mini narrative series that Adam and myself have come up with and are going to be playing over the next couple of days. This entire set is like not even a fraction of what comes in this tiny little easy to operate box. All of this stuff is, you can spend hours building it, but it clips together too, so it holds together quite nicely. And obviously this is a very rustic fantasy set with a river, you have boats, little pools of like rainwater. I can't think of the word right now.
You put some pigs in there.
Yeah, mud and stuff like that for pigs, for your troughs, and just scattered terrain all over the place. Now, that building actually does have a roof. I just really wanted to make something on fire, so I just kind of stuck that over there. That's not how it normally comes. I just wanted to add to it. There's got to be some duress in this little village. All of the information you could use or need is in the description down below. They obviously offer sci-fi elements as well. Scary is literally in the other room building their dungeon set, which is you put a battle mat down. They offer you a battle mat for a dungeon, and you build all of your dungeon terrain on it. You can play your games of Age of Sigmar, as an example, in a dungeon. You're just entirely in a dungeon. That is underground, in a castle, in a mountain, whatever. They have that as an option as well. Thank you to Battle Systems. Again, information in the link down below. We are going to go ahead and deploy our forces now and get to this game. We are deployed and ready. The city defenders of Duskvale have put their cannon over here and steam tank right in the middle, ready to kind of square up on the middle and deal with the encroaching Nighthaunt Vanguard force, who is designed to come here quickly, eradicate any defenders they can, and they have to take some ground while they do it. Wanted to do a little 1,000 point skirmish game it's just shout out to older variants of Warhammer, where they used to always have like little mini-series. It'd be like a little tiny skirmish game that affected a larger game afterwards, and that's what we're trying to emulate here today. My general's regiment is going to be, or my general is here. It's the Golden Knight of Shrouds. And the older Hexwraith unit will be his honor guard today, and we are going to go with, the name escapes me. Be right back. Special assignment. That's what it was. So they're going to get anti-infantry if they charge, the extra rend if they charge infantry. That's kind of goes in line again with what they're all trying to do. His other Hexwraith squad on the other end, and then just the other Knight of Shrouds, like a second in command, just 2 Knights of Shrouds leading Hexwraiths to hunt the enemy down, and 1 Lord of Executions to take the head of any commanders, as he likes to do. Whereas your general, what was her name again?
Her name is Captain Jane Graveguard.
And her iron helms, and the name of the unit I can never pronounce.
Yeah, the steel helms are right in front, trying to screen for the what used to be handgunners.
They're called Fusiliers.
Fusiliers,
that's what it was.
Yep.
They're going to be the honor guard for the captain there, or the general in this case, and they're going to go with bodyguard, so it's like less attacks against them when they're together. It just makes sense for that unit type. And the other Iron Helm unit over there. Now, the cities of Nagash here from Duskvale have finished deploying first. Any idea who you want to go first in this skirmish?
Well, Jane is somewhat inexperienced compared to the other captains in Duskvale, so I think she's going to go first, but she's waiting for just the right moment to order her gunners to fire. And by that I mean I set them up exactly within 24 inches.
Gotcha. Perfect. Yeah. That makes absolute sense. So it'll be turn 1 for the cities of Nagash. Technically cities of Sigmar, that's what the turn card's going to say, because the editor probably doesn't want to edit a new turn card. But the battle begins! Bang, 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 bang. Gun sounds. All right, Adam, start a turn, battle tactics, and other nonsense. What's it looking like?
I think I'm going to take Seize the Center. Thanks for your assistance with that. The steam tank was going to get thrown down your throat anyways. And it's literally the only battle tactic I can complete on turn 1, and I'm greedy for points, so we're going to do that. Also, at the start of the turn, we assigned the adjutant over here. We sent Clara Felgrave over to this unit of Steel Helms so that I could give them an order. One
of the officer orders? Yep.
Yep.
Is that it for your hero phase as well?
No, that's my. I have a lot more to do in my hero phase.
Ooh, that's right. We have a priest here, actually. That's right. We forgot our commander is also a priest. Mm-hmm. Well, we might as well go to the hero phase.
All right. The steam tank is going to order more pressure. Normally, you roll 2d6, and under the wounds characteristic, it might take mortal wounds, but he hasn't been.
Yeah.
The amount of damage taken. Yeah, correct, so I don't have to worry about that. And we're going to do power to the wheels. That'll allow me to run and shoot and or charge. All right, so the commander is going to use her prayer lore. Oath and Steel, pick a unit wholly within 12 inches. And I roll my dice and add the +5. That's a 6. So it doesn't get the 10 plus. version of it.
Unfortunately, when you roll a 1...
Oh, it just automatically fail?
Yes.
Like I said, it's the first time I've used priestly ability, so...
You are spurned by Nagash. He does not listen to
He's
your prayer
upset with me.
right away. So you would normally lose D3 from your pool, but you don't have any in your pool, so you're fine. But it does automatically not add anything to the pool.
All right,
So
fair enough.
You have to wait till later. Nagash, she's also obviously not very trained in her priestly ways either. A young commander.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
All right, that's it for the hero phase. We're going to move on to the movement phase. I'm going to use my officer orders to give advance in formation to both the steam tank and the steel helms here. Yeah. That'll give them an extra 3 inches of movement and help get them on this objective and at the center of the battlefield.
Yeah, we just have the D4 there marking the exact... The exact center of the battlefield is that pool of muddy water.
The pigs are wallowing in there. They're about to have a really bad day.
The center is important because you get to defend defenses.
That's right.
Essentially is what we're saying there. And then the flanking objectives kind of represent the different avenues to get through the... It's like a small village, but we're trying to flank around it, crack the center of them, take ground, all that stuff, trying to burn through their defenses and to let Usuman and his forces get through here quickly.
Yeah, it's more about holding the territory itself than what is in that exact specific location.
Exactly that, yep. Okay, well, that is going to add to their movement. Now, we do need 2 units there for Seize the Center. Do either of these need to add the double, or are they good to get there on their own?
I feel like, well, the steam tank can advance and run and shoot and charge, so he'll run, no problem. And I think he's got enough. I think he's got enough movement to actually do that fairly reliably. But I think I will at the double on the steel helms just to make sure they get into position.
Are they base movement 5 or 6?
5. So they're moving 8 inches plus 14 inches. Yeah.
So we're going to at the double them for a command point. The steam tank's just going to advance up on its own naturally, and we're going to show you where everything ends up once that's all said and done. The steam tank. Well, what do we call it?
The soul boiler.
The soul boiler. It rolls a 5 on its run roll and gets near the center of the board. The steel helms at the double. They don't go their full distance. They go just enough to get and contest that objective on that flank. The second steel helm unit advanced as well in range to get to this objective. Both rolling a 5. Now we are going to consecrate the land.
If on a 3+, this objective, if I'm contesting it, I will get a 5-up ward.
For all humans on it. Gosh, Adam.
That's fine.
All right, let's try this squad over here. They can both do it.
They can both do it? Oh!
So it is once per army for 1 unit that does it. Sometimes it'll say like once per army. All of these units do this thing. This one, it's just the one. All right, well, they tried.
We also wanted to mention, I think that you do get 1 extra command point.
Auxiliary, yeah. So I didn't show anyone the score yet. I meant to earlier, but the steam tank is an auxiliary unit in this commander's army. They only have the 1 regiment plus the auxiliary. It means I'll gain a 5th command point every round. It probably won't come up that big in a 1,000 point game because it'll be hard enough to use all of those command points anyways. It'll just help me discorporate a little bit more here and there.
The great cannon, my bad.
Yeah, no, the cannon over here. I'm just panning over to him. We got the great cannon ready to fire.
Yep, it does have fortified position, so it will be firing its great cannon cannonball shot at these hex wraiths over here.
I'm going to use my extra command point to discorporate them and give them a 5-up ward instead of their 6-up ward.
Good for them.
We're going to become even more ethereal, more ghostly.
Fantastic. So I believe that's a 4-up to hit.
All right. This is just 1 shot? 2 shots?
2 shots.
2 shots on 4s. That is hit.
Woo-hoo!
Probably 2s to wound.
I am very excited about that. Yeah, these are 2s to wound. Let's see. I usually get at least 1 here.
I know, yeah. Well, I usually get... Oh!
No, I got both of them.
Now, the problem is I'm a ghost, so 50-50 goes right through me.
Fantastic. I love that. They are D3 plus 2 damage each.
Everything's 50-50. It either connects with something corporeal or not.
No! So much taco!
It is. Hopefully we don't see those too much here. But both shots just zip right through the ghost. I know there's someone out there who's mad about that. Hits the building and hits the boat and shatters the boat. Little boat terrain, little scatter boat terrain, guys.
Sunk!
With little scatter oars. Look, there's so much more with this set. You can build such a great table with this stuff.
All right, now the steam tank, it has advanced itself right up front. So the steam tank, I believe, is going to pour everything into your general.
It is within 12, so it's -1 to hit, but it's still...
Why not, right?
I like it.
We're rolling good. All right, so we're going to start with the steam cannon. Normally it's a 4-up to hit, so it'll be a 5-up to hit.
Just a single shot?
It's 2 shots. You know, why don't I go ahead and all-out attack here?
Oh, you might as well.
Might as well, right?
Go down to 2, counteract the negative 1 hit.
2 command points. So, yes, 4+ to hit. Here we go.
My guy has an enhancement. Nice, good call. My guy has an enhancement where he can only be hit on 4s.
Oh!
So it's pretty funny that you just hit on 4s.
2s to wound with the steam cannon.
Same idea as the other cannon, essentially. Just giant cannonballs coming my way. Those both work. Good enough. Good enough, we say in the industry.
All right, 4-ups again?
I'm a ghost.
Oh, so ghosty!
Just right into the building. You're just shattering your own town right now. Everything's up in smoke and just wood splinters everywhere.
All right, Steam Gun is going to be a 2+ hit, but first I have to get 2d6 attacks.
It's like it's like, 8 shots isn't
shots,
bad.
But you only get hit on a 4+, right?
Yes, I'm cloaked in shadows.
Very good.
Even with the +1 to hit, 1s to 3s will always miss. 4s it is.
All right, 4s to hit. Here we go.
This gun is very good against ghosts, though.
2.
Just because it covers them. Oh, 2 hits, yeah. And just a lot of attacks that have no AP is ideal.
4s to wound.
And that is a wound. I am a ghost. I am a ghost. The steam goes right through him. That's kind of it for shooting.
Yeah, normally I would charge you because why not? But I really want that 4 victory points.
You get a 9-point turn here at the end of it. There wasn't anything I was really going to do. You stayed out of the counter charge range, and I can't run and charge, so I can't redeploy and charge. So that's 1 point for your home objective. 2 additional points for there. 2 additional points for there for a total of 5 out of the 6 you can get. And then we have that's not there anymore, but there was both these units are in the center, so that's 4 points there for a total of 9 to my 0 so far. But I haven't had a turn yet, so.
Yeah, I know for a fact it's going to be super bloody when you go, but a maximum turn, not bad. Just send the bodies in.
It's, I'm a little disappointed, because you had some great shots with the cannons, which is normally hard to get 2 hits.
Normally I would get like 1 hit in, but.
But the ethereal nature of the ghost really came into play here.
Yeah.
Just going to update the score. I'll show you at the end of every player turn. Adam is currently at 9. Each D10 represents battle rounds 1 to 5. And then you just add them all up at the end. Command points on the bottom there. Things like this available on the MiniWarGaming forge if you want to check it out. I'm always player 1. I should get one printed that's just like this. It just says Luka there, though. And then Luka's guest. Battle tactic of choice is going to be do not waver. Fight with 2 units and lose none of my units in return. I mean, hopefully that works out at the very least. I should be able to achieve that. I want to deal with that steam tank. I want to start putting pressure on it. And the Hex Rays have mortal wounds when they charge. They kind of like, they just like, I don't know, reap through the life essence of enemies with their ghostly weapons. So they go right through the maybe steel plate. Yeah, probably steel plates of the steam tank over there. I shouldn't say steam tank. It's a soul-burning engine. I love that idea. One correction I forgot on my list, I was talking about it afterwards. The Lord Executioner actually has a Soulfire ring. I just realized I didn't mention that. I quickly decided to do that after my army showcase and just forgot to tell you guys. Figured I'd do it now before I get too deep into my turn. Not a whole lot to do in my hero phase otherwise. Both Adam and myself don't really have any wizards. He's got the basic priest there, but it's just kind of nice not to play with manifestations for once. Movement, pretty simple. I want to stay away from that as much as I can and just deal with that stuff over there. So we're shifting our ghostly forces all around that steam tank and that unit of steel helms. We're going to fly in and try and sweep in this direction is our plan of attack. So I'll show you where everything ends up. Nothing's advancing. But before I do that, I realize since I didn't have a magic phase or hero phase, that doesn't mean Adam doesn't get a chance to do his hero phase abilities. We're going to do a magical intervention from our commander back here and attempt a prayer. Why don't you go ahead and roll a d6 and see what... Don't roll a 1. It's -1 on this roll too, because you're doing it on my turn. Hey, you got a 2! So she has 2 prayer points at the moment.
2 prayer points.
Yep. And that means that Adam and his forces are down to 1 command point, but not a whole lot of action to go on. I don't have any shooting yet to worry about, mostly just all of defense in the combat phase coming up. So we moved, the Lord Executioner moved up, the Knight of Shrouds and his Hex Rays follow. And then we kind of crisscrossed here a little bit. The General Knight of Shrouds and his Hex Rays jumped up and around to deal with the Steel Helms, whereas the other Hex Wraith unit just came up to deal with the Steam Tank a little bit. No redeploying from your end, and we're going to go to shooting. I obviously don't have any. You don't want to cover fire with the Steam Tank.
Not yet.
We're going to go right to the charge phase. I'm going to roll up a bunch of charges. The Lord Executioner is going to go first. He's going to go 8 inches. He is just going to charge to here. Aha, just to get within half an inch on the other side of the fence. The Hex Raids beside him will go next. They go 6. It's good enough. we're just going to tuck in over here. And when they charge in, they do a quick sweep with their scythe right through the steel plates. They got ghost scythes. And they do potential mortal damage to the crew and the inside components of the steam tank on a 2 or more. It's 3 mortal wounds as they sweep through the steam tank. Suffered 3 wounds. He has 9 remaining. Our second Hexray squad is going to declare a charge. 7. Same idea. The same idea. They're going to take a crack at trying to get through the steel plates. Oh, they also do 3 mortal wounds to him. He suffered 6. The Knight of Shrouds is going to go in next, rolling a 7. He doesn't do mortal wounds when he goes in. That's what the Hexrays do. Over to our General's Honor Guard. We're going to go with the General first into the Steel Helms. This is just a token, by the way, guys. Just as a reminder. 5. Ooh, 5 is probably a fail. I'll forward to victory. 8 is not a fail. There we go. Forward to victory! Brrr! I'm just going to go straight in. Right to them. And then our Hexrays here are going to declare a charge. They will also go 8. I don't want to go too far. I'll go about 6 with that guy there. Nice and simple. Don't have to worry about it too much. They get to do a quick little slash as they charge in, and 2 mortal wounds. They slash through a couple of steel helms. They did not get their ward save, unfortunately, earlier. And that is going to be the end of my charge phase. I assume you would not like to countercharge. Well, actually, you don't have, it's 2 for that.
Yeah, I'm not going to countercharge. I will, at the start of the combat phase, I am going to give them fights last.
Hold the line.
5+ ward save. Hold the line.
Boom. That makes sense. And I have a couple charge phase abilities to do, but it doesn't change up your thing there.
Fair enough.
In the charge phase, I have Shriek, Stun, and Petrify. This unit of Hexrays is going to pick an enemy unit that has less models than they do, Steam Tank, and we're going to Shriek at it. So it's -1 to hit with its melee attacks.
All right, neat.
And then the second Hexwraith unit is going to stun the Steam Tank, which reduces its armor save by 1. So it's got a 3-up save instead of a 2-up save. And then lastly, the character is going to petrify it, giving it strikes last. So just both the squads have strikes last.
My goodness.
Nighthaunt stuff. I suppose I'll just fight with this. It doesn't really matter. I'll just go with that Knight of Shrouds first, I suppose. He has the Cavalry Overseer rule. After he fights a Cav unit in combat range of him, immediately fights as well. With +1 to hit, so I'll just choose this Cav squad, but beneath him. So I'll resolve him, and then the Cav squad beneath him. The Sword of Stolen Hours. Crit to mortal, and 1 hit. Yeah! Okay, 1 wound. When I say crit to mortal, I mean crit to wound. It's going to roll the saves on him instead of all the defense because he still has the 2-up base. Oh, look at that.
Good boy.
Can't get through the steel. I got the horse. It's actually a 3rd attack, apparently. 3. 1 hit. No wound. 3s to hit because of the Cav rule on the...
Ooh.
No 3s, but...
No, 1 on a wound.
1 wound, and 4s to wound on the follow-up.
Nice.
These are effectively Ren 2 because of the stun.
Right on.
2 damage each because we charged. Let's see if that steel holds. Half of it. So nice. That one's deceiving. That is a 5.
Oh, yeah, I got to fill that in. 4 damage.
And then 3 attacks per steed, which I find a little odd that they have. I guess I haven't played Hexrays in a bit. Anyways, 4 wounds. They hit on 5s, but they wound on 6s.
All right.
Ren 1 because of stun. So 3s. You're good.
All right.
So you survived. That means this squad of Hexrays is going to go next because the Steel Helms and the tank are currently strikes last. I'm going to pile into the tank. I'm going to put just my Hellwraith, who's this guy, into, what are they called, the Steel Helms.
Yes.
And then the remaining 4 are going to stay coherent and mostly just attack, or they will only attack this tank here.
And I will all-out defense the Steel Helms.
Yeah, they got a lot of hate coming their way. The Hellwraith, or the champion Hexwraith, attacking the Steel Helms will wound. And wound. Ren 1, though. That's it. So you're back to your base save.
All right. 4 up.
Boop. They are 2 damage. We have a 5-up board.
Very good.
Hold the line. No.
Nope, 2 damage.
2 get killed. So I'll do his horse quickly as well. 1 wound. 3-up save because of all the defense. And a 5-up board save. Hold the line mattered. And then the 4 remaining attacks in the Steam Tank, who has 2 wounds left. That's a wound. These guys just hit on 4s. I should have all attacked them. That's okay. And 4s. So 3 at Ren 2 on the Steam Tank. 4-ups. 2 damage each. He lives! Well, I guess I got the 8 horse attack.
This is what's going to do it.
They could. Not 8, there's 4 of them. That's the horse attack there. 5s to hit. Ooh, 2 wounds and a hit. Just, 3s, yep. 3 wounding hits at rend 1 because of stun. And...
One goes through.
1 wound on the steam tank, he lived. Totally forgot about the executioner. Can try as well. I hate to get hopes up. I completely forgot about
No, it's fine. Get him.
Not going to worry about his built-in ability in the combat phase. We have 1 miss on his executioner's blade. And 2 wounds, effectively rend 3.
Ooh, this'll do it.
Because of stun. 5-ups. 2 5-ups.
No, that'll do her.
Doesn't even add up to 5. No fancy explosions or anything, but he does render the steam tank effectively useless. It does not produce, not steam, but Nighthaunt.
Release some angry Nighthaunt souls into the ether.
There we go. The good proper stuff. We're going to go with our general Knight of Shrouds attacking the Steel Helms, which will trigger the Hex Rays beside him to attack immediately.
Cool.
His Sword of Stolen Hours. I will all-out attack him. Okay. He'll hit on 3s. It didn't matter. And, 1 wounding hit with the Sword of Stolen Hours. Rend of 1, but you have defense active.
Yep. 4s.
They don't care. And horses, of courses. 1 hit. Actually, that's a wound. No rend. 3-up save. Very good. The 5 remaining Hex Rays will not pile in, but they will attack. 3s to hit because of the Cavalry rule. Cavalry Superior? It's Overseer. I keep forgetting the name of the rule. So I actually have a couple misses, 4 wounds, and 2 more wounds. So 6 wounds at rend of 1.
Uh-oh.
Rend 2, because these are the Honor Guard.
Uh-oh. So 5 up.
Yep, 5 ups. That is 2 damage each per fail, but you have a ward save.
Uh-oh.
Great save. That's it. So it's only 4 damage.
Thank you, Nagash. All right, let's see if we can get some 5s as well.
They are holding maybe they're holding the line. They're definitely defending themselves. Oh, yes, only 3 go down. And I have the horsies. The horses don't care about the +1 to hit. That is going to be 4 crit to wound. And, nice, a 5th wound and no rend. I don't think so. They'll roll up your saves.
3s.
I don't think they get it. It didn't matter.
We're
There
good.
we go. Just had to double check it has no effect on companion weapons. That was accurate. You get to fight back with the 3 remaining Steel Helms.
This gentleman's going to hit you with his bottle.
Oh. The Steel Helm's going to swarm the Knight of Shrouds that seems to be in charge.
4s and 4s against him. There we go.
Nice clean 4 hits. 4s to wound. That is
Sorry about
2.
that.
Well, that's fine. And Ghost.
Oh, see?
6 on board. Oh, he takes the damage.
Nice.
There you go. He suffers his first of 7 wounds. No healing on him. That would have been earlier. And you have 4. What's the objective control on this one normally? But the banner gives him an extra 1.
Yeah, so they're normally 4, plus I believe there was a special...
Yes, there is a mission rule only when there is an underdog. So their control score is currently 4. I have 2 on the character, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7. So that will flip to that'll flip to Nighthaunt. But I didn't really go for this one over here. That means but I did get my what the heck was my battle tactic? Oh, fight with 2 things and don't lose anything. Do not waver. So I get 4 points for that. 5 points for that, 5 in total because of that, and then 6, 7. So I'm down by 2 points. I am the underdog going into the second round. I would also like to point out, it looks like I'm doing quite well now, and I am. I hit the front line and did quite a bit of damage, but I also got super lucky and mitigated. Is it D6 plus 3 or D3 plus 2 damage per cannon shot?
The cannon shots are D3 plus 2 damage for both the steam tank and the great cannon.
So that's about average 4 damage each. 16 damage I mitigated.
Yeah.
With those 4 saves I made. So I would be 1 unit of Hex Rays dead after all that shooting. Or my character could have been dead, my general could have been dead. They got stupid lucky on the first turn of shots. I'm sure any Cities of Sigmar player out there is kind of grinding their teeth a little bit at those ethereal saves. All right, here we are on turn 2, 2-point deficit. I am the underdog, which means I have more control on my units. That's about it, though. I should also point, I guess I get an underdog command point. I'm at 6. 5 for the auxiliary unit. Oh, actually, I wonder if the auxiliary unit being dead matters now. I got to look into that. This is the first time I've actually played with auxiliary units. You don't have an auxiliary unit anymore, do you?
Mm-mm.
Just double check, because the first time it's come up for me, it is on the roster, not in the game. So it is always on the roster, technically. So I'll be at 6 command points as we go to a priority roll for turn 2. It always comes up in question in my mind what to do here, and I think we're going to go with the narrative of if I take this priority here. I won't get a battle tactic. I know that going into it, but I can put... We're Nighthaunt, so we can charge from combat. So we're not necessarily tied up over there either. But it's like maybe I get lucky. Maybe I get to sweep them and their defenses crumble. It's a very novice commander on the battlefield. Wasn't able to hold off against the Vanguard, and that means we'll lead right to a siege of, what's it called?
Duskvale.
Duskvale, where they were not able to muster a force quickly enough because they weren't able to hold this small town, which the Liege Cavalos was going to march through. And they are going to get one final boom, which could be a game-changing covering fire.
Don't discount them yet. Let's see how they do.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to take priority here because I think it's the right move for the Nighthaunt forces as they're trying to just quickly cut down the defending forces in this town and just go stuff somewhere else, I guess. I have nothing to do at the start of my turn. I no battle tactic to pick. Made a mistake last time we played. I blame Scary for that. We got all excited and thought about what we could do. Anyways, I digress. My hero phase is honestly a pass. I'm mostly like a moving and combat build with this list. But that doesn't mean you don't get a magical intervention with your commander, who currently has 2 prayer points on him right now.
Let's see if she can get unfaltering aim and improve our shooting here.
-1 to this roll. Yeah,
whoa!
5! Awesome.
Right.
So you were currently at 2, you're up to 7. There's no 10 clause for what does unfaltering aim do?
Unfaltering aim, add 1 to hit rolls for targets shooting attacks for the rest of the turn. If it was 10 or more, it would be +1 to wound as well.
Oh, very close. Okay, so I assume that's going to go in the future.
Yeah, it's going to go right on them right now.
And you know what? They're dug in. They got all their defenses and everything. We'll see how that plays out. All right. Well, we have a target in mind here. We got a character there. We got to take out the command of the city of Nagash army here. And we're going to go right to my movement phase. Still tied up in combat with the general and his retinue. I'm probably going to... I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'm just going to stay in the combat, I guess, and just try and cleave them up. Whereas this bulk is just going to move right here and just slam into them. These hex rays are probably going to come up and around here, whereas everything else is going to come up the middle. I'll show you what that looks like. Only moving these 3 units, realizing that squad of hex rays was in combat with the steel helms. My commander is over here, and the Lord Executioner is over here. So when they go to get covering fired by this squad, the Lord Executioner is going to be the nearest. I don't have another hex ray to support it, so it's not as strong of a priority snag as I thought it was. Now, I forgot to point out the envoy. The relic envoy for the commander got placed on the cannon, so it can receive orders if it needs to for this battle round. We're going to go right to the end of my movement phase. Do you want to redeploy anywhere?
No redeploy. I'm going to save it. But near shooting phase, I believe I'm going to return fire.
It goes right to you because I have no shooting.
Yeah. All right. I will return. I will provide some fire. I will generously give some fire to the
Lord Executioner.
Lord Executioner. The noose bothers me. I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, I could see why that might be a little unnerving. That is a lot of shots going his way, and they're +1 to hit, counteracting the -1 hit for covering fire. It's 41 shots, by the way. They're 2 shots each because they are in a fortified position. They start in a fortified position. Well, I mean, they could have declared it on their last movement phase anyways. We hitting on normally.
Hitting on fours normally.
-1/+1, back to fours.
-1/+1, here we go.
21 shots because of the champion.
That's correct.
Kaboom! There it is. A great volley from them. Force to wound, I assume.
Yes, sir.
Kaboom! Okay, well, got about 6, 7. And that's the first 20.
Mm-hmm.
So here's another 20, and then I'll have you do
Yoink.
a reroll, and then we're gonna remember you have black powder.
Oh, that's right.
But I got the power of the camera to recorrect the first volley. So go ahead and we got a bunch of rerolls here.
Yeah, I'll reroll. It's just 1 dice.
Isn't that everyone?
Yeah, you can reroll 1 hit roll.
Oh, all right. Well,
yeah.
There you go.
We're good.
And then that would be for the whole shot, so we did it correctly.
We did it correctly. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I thought it was everyone.
We got this.
Force to wound. We're at 6 so far. And 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see how many of those shots just phased right through me, for I am a ghost. Whoosh. I should have discorporated him, but that's okay. I don't think it would have mattered. In fact, you chose the right magical ammunition to get through his ghostly form.
Fantastic.
Boom, boom. So we passed 2 of the ward saves that all ghosts have. I would have made 1 more had I discorporated, but I don't even think I can. And I take 5, but I take 6. He only has 5 health anyway, so in a volley of lead, or whatever they fire, he is just...
Yes, we got 1!
There goes the Soulfire Ring, killing him in one volley. Very critical. That's it for shooting. I'm going to go to charges. We're going to start with these hex... I guess I'm Ghost. I have a lot of charges.
Yeah.
I will declare Wave of Terror in my charge phase. Every single one of my Nighthaunt units can declare a charge, even if they're already in combat.
That rules. I love that.
It's the old... they used to be able to retreat and charge, which is very powerful. So charging from the position they're currently already in is a more tame version of it, which I understand. These guys here are charging. They're 7. We're going to be kind of fancy. We're going to go up and around this way with it. And then we are going to do a quick little slash with our sides to try and get a little bit of extra damage in there on a D3 roll. Ooh, you dodged it, the Ghostly Scythe attack. We're going to go ahead with the Knight of Shrouds, our second in command. Ooh, a 7 on him as well. I definitely want to try and kill off the Steel Helms, I suppose. Yeah, we're going to go for the front line of them. We're going to try and take out their warriors that are taking ground. We're going to try and push them further and further back in the village until they rout. And then we can declare charges with our Nighthaunt units in combat here. Go with our Honor Guard unit first. A 10. Like a 12 or something can get me over there. That was close. Both of them are 11 inches away. That one's like a full 11. They're 10 3/4 away. I almost made a charge over there. So what we could do is they do a charge move. They're just going to charge on the same unit again.
Yeah.
Aha. And then they do a quick little charge attack. They do 3 mortal wounds.
That'll be it for them.
How long does Hold the Line last? Until the end of that phase?
It's it's the turn. Okay. So, because next turn I can do a whole nother one.
Yeah, all right. So they get sliced up there pretty good, but they did their job. They held all of these Nighthaunt here for one more turn.
They did a great job.
I guess I'm going to try a couple of other fleeting charges. These Hex Rays can declare a charge. They're going to roll a 3. It's not going to cut it. And we're going to see if we get like a boxcar with our general. No, they're not going to make it. They're all just going to linger there because they have no other targets to actually charge to. Yes.
There's going to be a YOLO charge happening as well.
You're going to countercharge?
The gunners are going to charge the Hex Wraiths on that other flank.
Okay, well, before you do that, I do have to do a couple of shrieks.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
I am going to stun and petrify this squad because I can't shriek them.
Okay.
I have to outnumber you to be able to shriek you.
Right.
So stun is -1 to your save from the cab unit.
Okay.
And then the character petrifies for strikes last.
All right.
And you're going to go ahead and declare a countercharge from your Fusiliers.
That is correct.
All right, let's roll it up, 2d6.
7. That might be a good number.
And 7 is good. That gets them within half an inch of the Hex Rays over here. And they're ready to fight and scrap. And I can't affect them with any of the ghost stuff because that happens after I do my stuff.
Correct.
Okay, well, you're at 0 command points. That was a very glorious charge for Duskhaven.
Yep, and one quick thing. Any charge phase, I can use Strike Them Down from my commander. So she will give them +1 to their attacks characteristic.
All right, that's an order on them there. So they're going to be +1 attack, and that's the order for the turn. I do get to go with one unit first. I guess if I go with him, they get to fight. So they do get to both go first. But they're the ones with minus. I'm going to still attack the Steel Helms.
Okay.
And I'm just going to weather the attacks of the Fusiliers.
All right.
So Sword of Stolen Hours, which will trick. I guess we'll see how well he does, but they fight at +1 to hit immediately afterwards. I'm going to all-out attack my Knight of... probably one. I can't. Do I want to discorporate him? No, I'm just going to all-out attack him. 3s to hit with the Spooky Sword. 1 wound, 1 miss. Not bad. And these are... those all wounded. These are effectively Rend 2 to the Steel Helms. Would you like to all... Oh, you have no command points.
I have no...
Rend 2.
Rend to the 6s.
There's 4 saves. I apologize.
Oh, my bad.
So that's 4 damage so far. He kills 8 of them.
8 dead.
How many does this horse trample? None. None. Literally none. But that leaves you 2 remaining. You're left with these 2 lads. We're going to pile in with our Hex Rays. We're just going to attack the enemy. And that is all humans before us. They think they are so great before Nagash. Little did we know. We're going to attack the Fusiliers, though. There's 2 Steel Helms left. We're going to deal with them later. 3s to hit with the spooky Ghost Knight of Shrouds leader. 2 wounds. No 3s in that pool at all. And, all right. 4 wounds at -1. I'm not too sure what their save is, though.
They're 4s, actually, so it goes to 5.
We got a big old shield.
Yep.
That is 6 damage. And then the horses, of courses. Oh, hey, 3 wounds from them. Lots of hits. There's a 4 in there. And boom, 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 boom. 5 additional wounds from horses with no rend.
Yeah, this isn't going to go as well as I thought it would.
They did pretty...
I forgot that they got to go at the same time. 2.
That's it. That's all we get. And then you get to fight back. 2 more go down, and then we're going to pile them in. They don't really need to pile in if they don't want to, but they want to get closer to the objective.
They want to get to that objective. Well, they're not going to this turn, but...
Should be 21 attacks back from the Fusiliers. Are they 1 attack base? Yeah, it'll be 21 attacks then, because the order giving them an extra attack, and the champion has the extra one in there.
Give me a second. All right, 4s and 4s. 1 extra. I'll just re-roll one of these failed.
Oh yeah, the black powder. Is that only for shooting attacks by chance? Is that for all attacks?
No, that's just the sergeant.
The extra, the 21st attack on
Yeah.
That's a hell of a roll, though.
That's not bad.
And 4s. I'm a ghost. These are the ideal attacks, weirdly enough. No rend. Yeah, the second you have no rend, it's a little more valuable.
Imagine if there were 20 of them. That would be much better. So 6 saves, sir.
It's essentially the counter charge is like them and the cav charging at the same time. So they charged into some cav.
No, it makes perfect sense.
These are brave humans. That's 3 wounds on horses, and they have a 5 aboard, 6 aboard, 1 passed aboard, and 2 wounds. They are 3 health each. So they'll suffer 2 wounds, 1 more, and Hexwraith will be slain. But you get to go with the 2 steel helms.
The 2 steel helms get to go now.
And then this, I assume, is Champ and Banner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a cool banner, actually. I just realized that.
Thank you so much.
Oh, neat.
The champion is dead.
Just the banner.
I removed guys so that you couldn't get as much pile-in. So just 4 attacks, 4s and 4s.
Ooh.
Good job.
And 4s. 2. Oh,
good job.
Ghost. That will be it for the round. I don't get any battle tactics. I gain 1, 2, 3 points. And I think I have 5 on this to your 3-ish.
Yeah, I'm not close enough.
So I'll gain 5 points for my turn. And we go right to the, Duskvale turn.
Duskvale turn.
Currently, the score is 12 to your 9. So I'm only at a 3-point lead, and you can take a battle tactic. But no command points to my 5 currently. Though I did forget at the end of the turn, there is the curse of the hunt on all enemy commanders. So for I pick 3 enemy heroes within range of different heroes on my end, and they suffer D3 mortal wounds on the D3 roll of a 2-up. The commander suffers 3 mortal wounds as her essence is being drained away by my Knight of Shrouds. 2 more until she goes down. But now we go to your proper turn, picking a battle tactic and all that stuff.
Well, since I can shoot in combat with the gunners, and I'm going to charge with the general anyways, I'm going to take Slay the Tyrants. Try to kill that hero over there.
Yeah, my second in command, this Knight of Shrouds right there, has got a... And he's in combat with the Fusilier, so...
Yeah, I was going to take Slay the Entourage, but the Entourage is on the other side of the battlefield.
All of them over there.
Yep.
It's all Entourage, yeah.
All right, let's see what we can do.
You're going to pray with the commander. It doesn't really matter what we pray for, it's the only one you have. Let's see what you get. Ooh, 2. So she's got
just 2.
2 in the pool for now, and then she'll try and build that up for later. And then that should be it for the hero phase. I don't have any magical intervention. We can go right to movement. And this guy's within 12, so I charge within 12 there, which is a little scary for him. That means this thing doesn't need to move, and it can do big shots over there if it needs to.
Right, yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to actually start with they are going to shoot into here, and I actually think I am going to go ahead and do suppressing fire with this.
That guy over there. You can see how, what does suppressing fire do?
If I'm going to shoot at them, right? And I roll a dice, if I roll equal or under the number of models I killed, they will get fights last. And if they do get fights last, it's a crapshoot. It's a real crapshoot. But if they do have fights last, I think I'll have a little bit better chance of holding on and scoring enough points to maybe tie. I don't know. We'll see.
I like it. Fair. All right. Well, with that in mind, I was going to do a redeploy with 1 command point. So I'm going to do my general's unit of Hexwraiths, the older ones there. 6. If you can move them 6 inches, just generally towards your objective. In fact, I won't be able to snag it, but might be able to get there for later, just towards the battle. They can't charge because this counts as a run. There we go. Well, and then we can go right to shooting. Where do you want to start?
I'm going to start with the Fusiliers into the character.
I am going to discorporate him to try and keep him alive. I'll go down to 3 command points and have a 5 aboard save on him instead of a 6-up. What are they hitting on?
They are going to be hitting on 5s because they're engaged in combat, correct?
That's only for the covering fire. They're good to fire. As long as they have shoots in combat, which they do with the 12-inch profile. It'll be 11 shots. They only have one shot with this profile.
One shot in that profile. Here we go.
But it is shoots in combat. 4s are good. Yeah, it's only 3 hits.
That's not great.
I think probably 4s or 3s to wound. Well, not that too. I'm a ghost. Right through him. Cannon is going to try and kill the character for the battle tactic. And he might get some support.
He is within 12, so I'm going to shoot the frag profile, the grape shot. That's 5 attacks, 3s and 3s, rend 1, 2 damage.
That sounds good to me. Now that's probably a better call, yeah. Grape shot. Boosh. 1 miss. There you go.
Okay.
Grape shot, go wild. 3 wounds, you said?
Yes, sir.
Yep, this guy's just regular, no augments. Ooh, 3 wounds, that's enough to kill him. But is it enough? How many of them go through the ghost? 1 of them does. That's 2 damage each.
That is 2 damage each.
So we are going to suffer all 4.
Woo!
2 health remain. It's up to the commander. Kind of.
Nice.
Sorry, I lied. There's 3 remaining health. They have 7. I keep forgetting. They had 6 last edition, I think. No shooting on my end. We can go right to charging. I think it's just the commander going in. Yup. Someone's full of zeal. That I have no charge phase abilities to do. I'm not going to counter charge with anything. It's all too far away, and I can only do Wave of Terror on my turn. No command points on your end. Your order, you already ordered earlier for the suppressive fire.
That's right.
So we go right to fighting, starting with the commander, trying to take out the ghost. I'm going to discorporate again to give him a 5-up ward save because it's a big enough deal.
Master Forge Longsword, 4 attacks, 3s and 3s, rend 1, 2 damage.
All right, bring it on. It's a great start. And 3s to wound. It's a magical longsword. Ooh.
2.
I fail 1. How much damage is it?
2 damage. He's okay.
We take, but he's got 1 wound
1
left.
wound left.
6 out of 7 wounds suffered. I'm going to go with the Knight of Shrouds. When he attacks, it'll make the Hex Raise attack. We're going to attack into the commander. It just seems like a fitting fight. Well, I guess we could let the commander like ebb away. We'll have the Knight of Shrouds. He can kind of see the life force of the commander slowly sapping out of her, and he knows she doesn't have a lot of fight left, so he's going to just let that consume her. And then we're going to attack the Fusiliers with the Sword of Stolen Hours.
Okay.
5 attacks there, hitting on 4s. Great roll. 2 auto wounds. Can't complain about a perfect roll. I think I wound on 3s. 5 wounding hits on the Fusiliers. Rend of 1.
Rend 1. So 5s.
And that is 6 damage.
6 dead.
And the ghost, or the horse, 1 hit, 1 wound, and then just a regular save on your guys. Unfortunately, 1 more dies. And with the Sword of Stolen Hours, every damage caused after he uses the fight ability heals 1 wound. Every strike steals a little bit of their soul and reinvigorates the Knight of Shrouds and back up to full health.
Well, we're not going to kill him.
Yes, not ideal. And then the Hex Raids go now. They're just going to work on... I'll have one of them attack the Steel Helm. I'll make it the... Oh, it's too... let's do that one attack the Steel Helm. The 4, including the Hellwraith, will attack the Fusiliers. Okay. Into the Steel Helms. They do get +1 to hit. For the Overseer, 1 wound at Rend 1. I'm just going to throw in the Horse quickly. 1 wound. 1 wound. All right, so 1 wound at Rend 1 and 1 wound at no Rend. So the first one, Rend 1, that's a damage. And then the one at no Rend, that is a damage. We slay both the Steel Helms.
Both Steel Helms.
Boom. And then the other one's in there. The remaining attacks into the Fusiliers. 3s.
Oh my gosh.
These guys just ain't it, man. These Fusiliers weren't meant to defend this town. That is almost perfect roll. Now, I didn't charge this turn, so it's 1 damage each, but it's 8 of them. They do the saves, this will probably finish them off. 5 ups. Oh, that's a good roll. 5 die, though.
Yeah.
5 of them go down. And then, at the end of the turn, we see if the commander gives way to the life draining of the Nighthaunt.
Roll a 1, roll a 1, roll a 1.
Oh, you did! He lives! Excellent. There's just a little bit of fight left in her. Unfortunately, no battle tactic and only 1 point gained for the home field objective.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what turn 3 looks like for priority. Oh, you can snag it back.
Yeah, let's see if I can
get something going.
Kill something, and then we'll call it a game.
Yeah, that's fair. Get some more Nighthaunt kills in here. I can't do much about that. Score is currently 12-10, by the way, as we go to the 3rd turn here. Oh, I should adjust this. Goes up to... well, you're the underdog now, actually. 5, and then you're at 4. I can count. I meant 5. We go right to the hero phase. We're going to see if we can get a prayer going. She's currently got +2. She has 7. What does she want to go for?
She will go for unfaltering aim. Oh, no, Oath and... So she's going to take mortal wounds, right? Again,
only on a D3 roll of a 2-up.
yeah, I think I'm going to give Unfaltering Aim to that cannon over there.
Perfect. What's the range of Unfaltering Aim?
Good point. I may not be wholly within 12 inches.
It's only within 12 yards because my guy's within 12 of the cannon. And you're within that. You're within that 12.
There you
so
go.
You are good.
Works,
Nice.
works.
I just wasn't too sure if it was like 6 or 9 or something.
Yeah.
So that is +1 to hit.
+1 to hit, correct.
And that's pretty much it for the hero phase. I assume you don't want to move this in the move phase?
Nope.
We will redeploy the hex rays one more time. Oh, only 2 more inches.
Steal my objectives for...
The 2's not even enough. It tried though. That's fine. And then we go right to shooting this cannon. What are we grape shotting?
Oh yeah, we're gonna grape shot again.
Try and take out. Are you gonna go for the commander or the hex rays?
Yeah, we're gonna try to kill that commander.
I suppose I will discorporate. And these are...
Yep, we'll be doing 2s and 3s.
2s it is. Grape shot, nasty. 1 miss, and then 3s to wound. What do we got? 3 of them. All right.
3 of mine. Well, you don't care.
Ghost! Oh, that's 6 damage, which I have a 5 aboard save against. Right? Yeah, boom. I have 2 wounds remaining. That's it for shooting. We go, I have no counter charges because, again, I redeployed, so they can't run and charge, and those guys are too far away to bother trying.
I will obviously all-out attack, because why not?
You can even... you can't pile out a combat from other guys, so it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah. This is not going to save too much there. All right, +1 attack. I'll discorporate again. You're down to 4, I'm down to 3. That hits because of +1 to hit.
Thank you.
Boom. 3s to wound. My ghost. No, 1 die to decide.
Curses!
Right through the ghost. And then now I will strike you with the Sword of Stolen Hours, and the Hex Rays will go afterwards. 4s and 3s. Yeah. 2 at rend 1.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I cut the camera. It's 2 damage gets through, which I think
that is enough to take her out.
Takes her head off. Boom. And there goes the commander of the defenses here. And I don't think we got much more gameplay with a single cannon.
Nope. All right, good game. Wow, I killed 1 Nighthaunt. It's fine.
That didn't quite go as we had planned. A little volatile the first turn because, again, I mitigated... I should have taken at least 8 damage or more damage.
Right.
I was able to mitigate the full 16 from the initial volley you had, which was not part of the plan. So Nighthaunt really came in clutch there. They did exactly what they were designed to do. The Vanguard force quickly invaded this area because... What did I have his name as? Usuman, Liege Cavallos Usuman had suspected there was going to be a light defense here, as usually the city of Duskvale would have, little...
we're not expecting anybody to attack through the swamp.
Exactly, that's why he chose to attack
Maybe
here.
some zombies every once in a while, but we just gun those down and it's fine. But we're not expecting a whole host of ghosts. So this is perfect. It's perfect narrative for how you're going to approach the city. I kind of wanted to do
I think a lot of the viewers wanted the siege game anyway.
Yeah.
So we're gonna set up a siege game. It's not going to be a match play game. It is going to be a full narrative experience with custom objectives and custom rules. That won't be immediately coming out with this video, but this will be it will be the continuation, I think, the following week. So look forward to next week, where I can't remember what we titled this series. I said in the beginning something. We march to Duskvale. War comes to Duskvale. I can't remember, but look for it next week. It's going to be you're playing, I think, we don't know what the points are yet. It's going to be around 3,000 to 3,500 points for your force.
Between 3,000 and 3,500, and maybe some skeletons coming in here and there.
Correct. We'll have some your ancestors are going to grab their essentially ancient armor and ancient weapons and go to war as well. So we're going to be mixing a little bit of Cities of Sigmar and Soulblight Gravelords.
Yep.
And I'll be playing Liege Cavallos Usuman, leading his majority of Bonereapers, and then there will be an auxiliary force of Nighthaunt led by that
at least this 1,000 points here, I think.
Exactly that. So it's going to be, I'm going to be doubling your points. So whatever we agree on for yours, I'm doubling mine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're going to have walls and gates, and we're going to give you some turrets that are going to have some shots in them as well, garrison units of nonsense. Yeah. Yep. Look forward to that, everyone. That is next week. I'm going to try and make it next week. It should be next week. Thanks for tuning in, and happy wargaming, everybody.